Jade and welcome again to Irresistible Me's channel. Today's video I'm going to share with you guys how to colour your hair extensions. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on getting the best result, and I'm also going to share with you guys how I coloured mine this particular colour. Obviously you don't have to do yours this exact colour, but the tips and tricks I share is going to apply to all colours that you do with your extensions. Extensions are only really meant to be coloured darker. I do not recommend purchasing dark extensions and bleaching them, as the extensions are no longer connected to your scalp. They're not getting any nutrients from your scalp, so it's pretty much going to wreck your extensions. So my general rule is only colour extensions a kind of semi-permanent, like fashion colour, or a darker colour. I started off with my extensions. Here I have my Silky Touch extensions. These are the Silky White Blonde in 22 inches long, 200 gram weight. So the colour that I had was not exactly the right match for my blonde hair. I was planning on doing this colour anyway, so it didn't matter. So basically the main thing you've got to remember when colouring extensions, don't go in the wrong direction from the cuticle. Always try and keep the flow of extensions in the same direction. So basically here is the clip with the weft. Keep the flow in the same direction. Don't ever kind of back comb it or run it upwards, because it's just going to create knots and it's going to damage the health of your extensions. So basically the colours that I used today are La Riche Directions colours. These are semi-permanent, really conditioning colours, so it's not damaging for your extensions at all. I used a fair few different colours to get this kind of moulded effect to my extensions. So obviously you don't have to do this kind of colour. As I said, you can do any colours. These are fashion colours that I'm showing you guys today, so they are just semi-permanent, kind of like the Manic Panic type colours, or Fudge, or as I said, La Riche Directions. Okay, so this is how I like to set out. I've got some cling wrap on a table all ready to go to protect my table. Make sure that you've got your colour ready to go, and you've also got some gloves as well. So I like to work with one piece at a time. That way you know that it's completely covered and you're going to get a beautiful even result. As you guys can see, I'm holding it steady with my left hand just so it doesn't move around on me, and I'm just brushing the colour on in the one direction. So just down, I'm not brushing it back because it's going to create knots. So the main thing is to use plenty of colour. If you're short on colour, you're going to end up with a patchy result, especially when you're going for fashion colours like this. So I'm applying a fair bit of colour on. I'm also getting right up close to the top of the weft and just completely covering it all in colour. Once you've done the front side, it is so important to flip the extension over and do the back side, because there can be quite a few areas that you may have missed. So again, go through that whole section with the colour and apply that on there. Then what I like to do is just give it a bit of a comb through with a brush, or even just work it through with my fingers to make sure that every single last drop has been covered. So here I'm doing quite a few of my shorter extensions. I've actually layered these extensions. If you guys want to see the layering video, check out the description box below. But I'm doing these shorter layered pieces, the same colour as my all over hair, because that's going to help them blend in a lot more. If I did these a real dark green or a real crazy colour that's different to my hair, it's not going to blend as well. So you need to kind of plan it out where you want things to go. So these are the top sections of hair. As I said, I've layered these. So because I'm just doing these all the same colour, it's fine just to work with the same bit of cling wrap and just wrap them all up together once they're coloured. Okay, so for other colours, or ones that have multiple colours in the same piece, I'm again starting with a fresh piece of cling wrap. I like to do multiple colours in the same weft because it looks more flowing and natural, rather than having a big chunk of one colour in one weft and then the other weft a completely different colour. So I've got all my different concoctions here, and what I'm doing is grabbing little sections of the extensions at the time. So literally the section that you grab is going to be the section that's coloured, so you can make it as thick or as thin as you like. And I'm just separating the extensions and then colouring them in separate pieces so the colours don't mix together. When it comes to flipping the extensions, instead of just flipping it to the left or the right, I actually flip it completely kind of upside down, so then the colours that are on the cling wrap stay where those original colours are. If we flipped it the other way around, then the paler green would be mixing with the darker green and it would just make a big mess. So I flipped it backwards so that way it all stays nice and clean. Once you've done with this colour, what I do is grab another piece of cling wrap, place it directly over the top, and then start again with my other colours. So continue working your way through all of your extensions in your desired pattern until they're all coloured. Once all of your extensions are coloured, wrap them up and then allow them to process. Make sure you always follow the manufacturer's instructions on processing time. It should be written on whatever colour you use, and make sure you abide by those. Don't go over, don't go under, just keep an eye on it and just follow the instructions. If you have blonde extensions and you're wanting to do them a darker shade like brown or something like that, still the same kind of technique applies. What you need to remember is that blonde hair doesn't have any kind of underlying pigments in it really, whereas dark hair, just say from a 5 level down, has a red base, and between a 5 level and a 7 level has an orange base. So if you want to colour your extensions from blonde to a darker shade, you're going to need to fill the extensions first with a red or an orange base before you put the colour over the top. That way it's just going to give you more of a seamless result with your colour. If you guys wanted more information on that, I do have a video on my own channel. It will be linked in the description box below, but it's called From Blonde to Brunette, and it's going to share with you guys all of that information about underlying pigments and things like that if you're a little bit confused. So when it comes to washing out your extensions, it's really important, the same just with colouring, to make sure that it goes in the one direction. You're not kind of rubbing them together because it's just going to damage them. You just need to keep it going in the nice same kind of manner just to keep your extensions healthy. Again, wash your extensions. You can shampoo them and condition them just as normal. Make sure you use a really high quality shampoo and conditioner that's designed for extensions to keep them healthy. And as long as you're just following in the same direction as the hair, then you're going to be fine. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Definitely check out the description box below. We've got links to all of the social media channels and just some other tutorials down there as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!